And I wanted to ask you about different types of businesses. And you mentioned the education sort of business, which is what our business is. Are there different
Yeah.
types of businesses that are ideal for different people?
Yeah, so one of the things so this book is a journey of self-discovery, of introspection. It's also extrospection, if you were to use that word, where you're looking at external factors. So it's a combination. And I believe that what you want to look for is a business that fits your personality, that fits your lifestyle goals, and which has demonstrated market and financial potential, right? If you find that where those two things intersect, you're fuel your soul, but you're also going to fill your bank account as well. And that's the name of the game, right? A business that fuels your soul, that it gives you the freedom, the impact that you want to have, the legacy that you want to lead. But at the same time, we don't want to work for free. Like, we want to be able to, do well as in addition to doing good. So when it comes to deciding what type of business to start, there's something that I teach called the product grid. And basically, there are 4 quadrants in this grid to help you identify what type of business makes sense, what type of product makes sense for you. And so the 4 quadrants are what we call product focused, which is selling things like books, ebooks, digital courses. Typically, you're able to reach the widest amount of people, but you're not really interacting with people in a deep way, right? Like, I might be able to sell 100,000 copies of this book, but I'm not going to meet any of those readers. They're going to read that book in their home. I'm not going to be, interacting with them. Now, in contrast with that, you have what's called the client-focused quadrant of the grid. Client focus is where you're working with a small number of people in a deep way. Things like consulting, private coaching, group masterminds, things like that. So that's client-focused. You also have membership-focused. Membership-focused is where you're serving a community of people online in something like a Facebook group or a LinkedIn group or a membership site. So you have membership-focused. And then last but not least, you have event-focused. So event-focused would be everything from like the summit that you're running, your virtual summit, to live events, speaking at live events, hosting live events, virtual live boot camps, things like that. So now you've got this, that's the roadmap. Those are the menu of options at your disposal. Now, how do you decide which one makes sense for you? Well, I take people through a journey of both external discovery and internal discovery. Internally, you want to start with your personality. If you're more introverted, if you prefer to spend time, in your man cave or your, what do you call it? A she shed? That's what we call it here in
A she
America.
shed, yeah, that's
She
right.
shed, yeah. You're in your she shed with your computer by yourself, in front of a computer screen, writing a book, creating a course. You might be product focused, right? If you're super extroverted and the thought of being in your she shed or man cave by yourself is like, that scares you, but you love to interact with people and speak and, be with large groups, well, you might want to focus on the event focused quadrant of that grid. And one of the things we do, this is just one dimension. There's about 7 of these dimensions that we help you identify what type of business you should start based on your personality, your lifestyle goals, your income goals. And you can get the assessment in the book. We also have a link that you can actually take. Can I share the link to
Yeah, please do. Yes, and I'll put it down below as well.
if you go to choosequiz.com, so choose quiz, so choose like the book, choosequiz.com, it's totally free and will help you identify, are you, MBPF or are you OBCF? And so we have all these different types that help you identify what type of entrepreneur you are and thus what type of product you should consider selling, what type of business you should start based on all of those factors. So I'm a big believer in using the power of self-discovery to identify and give you clarity and confidence on what you should actually create and build.